that Manchester United are looking to close the deal with Amrabat this week, and the player is fully aware of Manchester United plans, and he knows that they need to get rid of players like Fred and McTominay before he can actually move. Højlund didn't get a shirt number. Why? Does anyone know why? Let us know, please. There's loads of conspiracy theories saying that United are bringing in someone big, signing someone huge, and that's why they cannot give Højlund a number that they might need later on to give to someone bigger than him. Let me know what you think. I need all of you watching to leave your comments to help us out and tell us what is going on. We're also hearing Amrabat has packed his bags and is waiting for the green light for his club and Manchester United. We've heard from sources close to Amrabat that everything was agreed weeks ago, but Manchester United advised that they cannot finalise the signing until players go out. Manchester United have kept saying that they need players like Fred to leave before they can agree anything on the Amrabat deal. However, our sources have confirmed that a fee for Amrabat has been agreed in the region of 25 million, and that seems like a very fair price for a 25-year-old CDM that is on top of his game. And talking about top of their game, we're on top of our game on this channel, so hit that subscribe button to make sure you keep up to date with all the Manchester United news, transfer news and opinion. We will discuss this further in the show, but let's first discuss the weekend's games. Manchester United played Atletico Bilbao yesterday in the final pre-season friendly before the Premier League kicks off next week. They were playing in Dublin, Ireland. As predicted, Ten Hag played a totally different team to the one he played on Saturday afternoon. You could call it the B team. It was still a strong team with the likes of Lindelof, Maguire, Van de Beek, Eriksen, Van Bissaka and Sancho all playing. It was generally quite a scrappy game, but if I'm being honest, I felt Manchester United were the better team throughout the game. United ended up scoring a last-minute goal coming from a player that I've said that should be breaking through into the first team this season, Pellistri. I heard he maybe be going out on loan this season, but I really would like to see him at United this season trying to fight for his place in the first team. I feel like he can play a role at Manchester United this season. There was also a huge fallout with the performance of Harry Maguire. The first goal was a result of a mistake by Harry Maguire, and well, the knives came out for him. Many fans calling for him to be sold. Our job as supporters is to call out when someone is not good enough, but we should not call out for him to be sacked. We can all agree that Harry Maguire struggles to play for Manchester United, but he may offer something at another club. A club like West Ham would be perfect for him. But the problem with Maguire is that in his head he feels he's very good, but he's not a player that Manchester United can play in their team. He's not on that level. He's not on the level of the top players in the Premier League, and he cannot be playing for Manchester United going forward. Apart from the whole Harry Maguire issue, it was great to see many other young players at United, and most of them looked really good in that performance yesterday. I've said this before, I don't think we can look at any of the pre-season games and say that this is how the team will play throughout the season. What pre-season does do is give you an insight to what is missing in the team, and you have an opportunity to see if any new players are needed. What we found out in pre-season is that we needed a striker. I guess we already knew this even before pre-season kicked off. We needed a striker and we got him. We got Rasmus Højlund, but there's a huge problem with Højlund that many people are not realising. Højlund will not be able to, or should not be made to play every week. He's a young talent and needs to be integrated into the team. Putting on that much pressure on him to play and score in every game will be too much for him. I would like to see Manchester United go out there and buy another striker. Kane looks like a complete no-go and a pipe dream. Since we have the Glazers still sat in the boardroom, we do not have the money to go out there and buy a single player for that kind of money. But we still need to go out there and bring someone in who can get us at least 10 to 20 goals this season and take the pressure off the young shoulders of Rasmus Højlund. I remember saying last week that if we can't go and get Harry Kane, we need to go and get someone like Ivan Toney in, who is a proven goal scorer in the Premier League and can do really well for Manchester United. But again, the question is whether we can afford someone like Ivan Toney or not. I've read and heard loads of rival fans and media falsely comparing Man United's spend with other big clubs. It's a complete joke and false how they compare Man United's spend with other big clubs in the Premier League. They misquote lots of figures and include Manchester United's figures for add-ons that Man United may or may not pay going forward. And it's silly to compare net spends of clubs when Man United have struggled to sell players. I saw a comparison this weekend between the net spend of Ten Hag and Klopp, but they didn't include the players on the way out for United, and they do include the players sold by Liverpool. It's a complete joke. And I also find it really funny how rival fans jump to the defence of the Glazers. We all know why these rival fans want the Glazers to stay as the Manchester United owners. Speaking about rival teams, yesterday Arsenal and Man City came face to face in the Community Shield. The Community Shield is a final against the winners of the league and the winners of the FA Cup. Arsenal won on penalties, so congratulations to them, although I was seeing lots of negative comments about them winning and their fans getting really happy about them getting their first trophy of the season. I think it is good for a team psychologically to get that winning mentality, so for Arsenal this could be a big change in momentum. For me, Arsenal are a team that always bottle it at the most important times of the season. This is something they need to overcome. Their new signings will improve them, no doubt, and they will be a hard team to face this season. They have a very strong midfield physically and technically. City, on the other hand, will come good as always. Pep will turn up the heat on the players exactly when needed. That is why he's such a good manager. Pep will not be concerned about the loss, but will use it at a later date when he really needs to win against Arsenal for sure. Moving on for the transfer news, because I know everyone tunes in for the transfer news, so let's get cooking. United are looking to offload quite a few players this week, and it's a very important week for Manchester United in terms of players leaving. We know for sure that Fred will be leaving Manchester United. It's just a matter of time when it gets announced. Van de Beek also is in talks with clubs on leaving. We are hearing from reports that West Ham are lining up a double offer for £60 million for both Maguire and McTominay. I think United should take that money and run with it. For both these players who United know that they will not be playing and are unlikely to improve over time, it is a bargain. We need to get that money and run with it. If we can use that money to then go and improve the team, bring in one or two other players that Ten Hag will definitely be playing, then it's a no-brainer. But it all comes down to Harry Maguire and whether he actually wants to leave. I still feel that he thinks in his head that he can still make it at Manchester United. He's deluded, but what can you do? But like I said in the opening of the show, it's really important that one of these players or two of these players does leave so we can actually bring in Amrabat. Amrabat is waiting on the sidelines, waiting to hear from Manchester United and be given the green light to come in at Manchester United. But Manchester United are waiting patiently for someone like Fred and McTominay to be sold and leave the club. It's unfortunate that it's taken so long, but Fred looks like he's in negotiations with a club in Saudi Arabia and he will be leaving for Saudi very soon. For United, we need someone like Sofyan Amrabat in. We need another CDM because we need cover for Casemiro. Casemiro plays a vital role in the team, and if we lose him to injury or suspension, the team would not be the same, and that is why we need someone like Amrabat ASAP, someone who can come in and cover for Casemiro if we lose him. And in the big games against more attacking sides, I can see Ten Hag playing both Casemiro and Amrabat to close off the midfield. I'd love to see both of them play together, but if they do play together, one of them would have to make them forward runs. That could be a problem as both players enjoy sitting back and playing a much more defensive role in the team. But I'd rather Ten Hag have the problem about who he has to pick rather than having nobody to pick. Like I said in the opening of the show, we have had sources confirm that Manchester United are looking to close the deal with Amrabat this week, and the player is fully aware of Manchester United plans and he knows that they need to get rid of players like Fred and McTominay before he can actually move. So United will be getting this deal done with Amrabat, and I'm not looking at any other player in that position but Amrabat. And if Amrabat falls through, then United do have backup options, but right now United and the player are confident that they will have this done by end of the week. There's a massive question mark on whether Harry Maguire will leave Manchester United in this summer transfer window, but Manchester United are looking to get rid of him and have already lined up Todibo as a replacement centre back for him, but this is on hold because again, Harry Maguire, everything's down to Harry Maguire, whether he's going to leave, whether he's not. He in his head feels that he can still fight at Manchester United and become one of the main centre-backs in the team. That's highly unlikely because Ten Hag has made his position fairly clear that he does not trust Harry Maguire and will not be playing him as a centre-back going forward. Todibo would be a perfect replacement for us, for Harry Maguire. He's a lot more agile, a young defender, and can do things that Harry Maguire simply cannot do. This whole transfers out saga has been a real issue for Manchester United because they would have liked to have all these players that they wanted in, like Amrabat, and having had a decent pre-season. But what's happened is that the transfer window has been really slow for Manchester United for players going out. They've done a complete opposite to what Chelsea did, who got rid of players really early on in the transfer window. Manchester United are still having to sit here and wait for players to be sold and players to negotiate their terms. We are hearing that Donny van de Beek is also looking to join Real Sociedad. Reports have emerged that he will be joining them, but a fee is yet to be agreed. I have also heard from sources that United feel that they can bring in a centre-back in January if they need to, and are not looking to rush out and buy a centre-back if Maguire does leave in the last minute of the transfer window. Sources close to us have confirmed that they have spoken with Todibo and lined him up just like they've done with other players and put him on notice that they are looking at him and they will be looking to make a move for him if Harry Maguire leaves Manchester United in this transfer window. United do have the cover of Lindelof as a replacement centre-back for Varane or Martinez if they do get injured. However, if two centre-backs get injured, United will struggle to fill that position if Maguire ends up leaving in this transfer window and they do not replace him with a new centre-back. There's lots of crazy rumours going around that Mbappe could be still joining a Premier League club and Manchester United are in the running for that, but I do not believe that one bit. I cannot see Mbappe joining Manchester United. It might have been a possibility if Sheikh Yassin was the owner of Manchester United, but I think at this stage it's just a complete pipe dream. I don't think for one moment Mbappe will be joining. The whole situation with Rasmus Højlund not getting a shirt number, I believe, is more down to what's happening with Greenwood than it is to do with any other player coming in. I believe Manchester United are considering whether they still let go of Mason Greenwood or whether they keep him, and if they are letting him go, then that shirt number would more than likely end up in Rasmus Højlund's hands. So let's wait and see what is going on with that. But the good news is that Sofyan Amrabat is on his way to Manchester United. That's a done deal. All the sources that I've spoke to have said the same thing, that the player is waiting, the club is waiting, they've agreed a fee, they've agreed personal terms. It's just now Manchester United pulling that trigger and getting the deal over the line and finalised, but they are just waiting on one or two players to leave. So hurry up Fred, hurry up McTominay, hurry up Van de Beek, hurry up and sign those contracts. Get your personal terms agreed so we can bring in Amrabat and we can get this season off to a great start. I will of course bring you the latest breaking news as soon as it comes out on any transfer, so make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can keep up to date with all the transfer news coming out, and also hit that like button on the video. You are watching the Man United Stream, a channel by the fans for the fans.